Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're recording, right? Yeah, we're recording. Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, hi, my name is Sydney. I film cruelty-free beauty videos 3 times a week, and this is not what I normally look like. So as you guys can tell, I am barefaced because today we are going to do a palette bingo, but not just an ordinary palette bingo. Today we are going to do a palette bingo with all of my Colourpop palettes. So I kind of got this idea from Eyes of Alexandria. She recently posted a video, I forgot what she called it. I think it was like palette bingo with all my purple palettes. So she took all of her predominantly purple palettes, put them into a random number generator, randomly generated some numbers, and kind of picked her shades off of that. And I thought it was a really fun twist. And I kind of want to do something similar, but I don't have that many purple palettes, and I'm not really feeling a specific color story today. So I thought, you know what, we're just going to go a little crazy. We're going to do it with all of my Colourpop palettes. So without further ado, let's hop into it. So last night while I was prepping for this video, I took all of my Colourpop palettes and I wrote down the shade names and I assigned them numbers to go with them. Side note, I have 121 pans of Colourpop eyeshadow, which it's just a further indication that I don't need any more eyeshadow and that I don't need that So Jaded palette, even though I want it so bad. But I did assign them all a number, so today we can just kind of go through the random number generator and pick one. So here we have it. It's 1 to 121, so let's pick the first shade. The first shade is 117, which is in my Through My Eyes palette, and it is the shade Flex right here. This is a gorgeous, cool toned, I feel like this has some sparkle to it. It's like a taupey, slightly sparkly shade. It reminds me of a shade in the Jaclyn Hill palette, although I can't remember what that is off the top of my head. And there it is. Oh, look at that sparkle. Oh, okay. I don't think I've used that shade too many times, but it is really gorgeous, so I'm excited to use that one. I think I'm gonna pick 5 or 6 shades. So let's do another one. We have number 47, and that one is going to come from my Good Sport palette, which is one of my favorite Colourpop palettes. It's one that has not gotten a lot of love lately, and that is the shade EBB. So it's this gorgeous kind of greenish metallic shade. Oh my gosh, that swatched like butter. Like, Colourpop's formula is already one of my favorites, but I feel like that was just like a step above in quality. Okay, that's workable for right now. I'm a little afraid to do more though. Alright, so let's select the next shade. Number 66, and that shade is going to come from Give It To Me Straight. Oh, this might not be good because this is a predominantly warm palette. Okay, and that is the shade Candid, which is that shade right there. It's a gorgeous shade, one that I normally am like jumping for joy to use, but I don't know how it's gonna look with these colors. Oh, maybe this was a mistake, you guys. I was really excited about it. I thought it would be a super fun challenge, but we'll see. We shall see. Let's do it again. Oh, we got number 1. It was the Misunderstood palette. Oh, this is an easy one. This one, I got the shade No Spots, which is just that matte white, which I will probably use as a highlight or to set down my lid. We'll do a little swatch of that one. That is a pretty pigmented white. I forgot how pigmented and nice that white was. I don't reach for white too often. I'm sorry if you guys can hear whatever's going on outside. It's too hot to shut my window, so please just bear with me for a little bit of the background noise. So we're gonna choose 1 to 2 more shades. We'll see how daring I feel. So the next shade is going to be number 65. Let's see which palette that is. That's the Give It To Me Straight palette once again. There's like an orange shade in here, and I'm hoping that it's not that shade. It's the shade Frank. Where's Frank? Oh, it's like a matte cream. Okay, I'm totally lucking out right now because I was really nervous that we were gonna get like a super warm like brown or orange, but these shades are workable and not scary. The shade is definitely more peachy than I feel like it looks like in the pan. At least it is coming off like that on my arm. But I'm okay with that. That'll make a nice little transition shade. Do we go for one more? Let's try it one more time. Next we have 57. So that one's actually going to come from Dream Street, which is one of my all-time favorite Colourpop palettes, and that is the shade Kaleidoscope. Okay, that could have been worse. This is really pretty kind of silver blue shade right here. Let me get a little swatch. It's a beautiful shade. And there it is swatched on my arm. I'll insert some better swatches right here so you guys can see everything a little bit better. But those are the shades that we're working with, you guys. I feel like I maybe should have stopped. I mean, this one isn't really that bad. It's just kind of coming off as a champagne-y shade. I can definitely make it work on the lid like that. But the thing that's throwing me off the most is these two, well, these three shades pretty much. Because if it was just these two together, I feel like I wouldn't have as much of a hard time kind of coming up with a look in my mind as I am with all three of these together. It's just the warm and the cool may pose a slight problem. Maybe I'll do like warm in the lower lash line. I'm not sure yet, so I'm gonna stop rambling and let's just hop into the look that we're gonna do today. So I'm going to start by priming my eyes with my Essence I Heart Color Intensifying Eye Base, as I usually do. And I'm just going to apply this all over my lid. Per usual, we're going to tap it out with a sponge just to get a really smooth, even canvas. Now, I know in the last palette bingo that I did kind of limit myself to like the 5 shades that I chose. With this one, I'm not going to do that because honestly, I don't have any mattes. And I feel like, okay, I do have mattes, but they're not mattes that create contrast or depth or anything like that. So I really don't want to limit myself in that way. I want to create a cohesive look. So first we're going to jump in to my Misunderstood palette, and we're going to dip into the shade, what is this shade called? I totally forgot already. No Spots, right there. And I'm just going to take this on a fluffy brush. Make sure we don't have any creases, and I'm just going to use a light amount of this to set down the lid. Oh yeah, quite a pigmented white. I'm gonna have to remember that in the next couple weeks because I would like to do at least 1 or 2 Halloween looks. Nothing too crazy because that's just not really my style, but I don't know, they're kind of fun. I didn't do any last year, and then I think it was like 2 or 3 days before Halloween, so like before the end of the crazy look season, I was like, oh, I kind of want to do one, and I did this video where I tried to recreate one that I saw on Instagram, and it was a little bit disheartening, honestly. It was just much more difficult than I anticipated, so I felt like it didn't turn out that great. But I'm gonna try something this year. We'll see what we can come up with. Thinking I want to do like the green and the cool toned taupey shade on the lid, and then we'll do the warmer tones on the lower lash line. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to set my crease up with. I don't think I'm gonna go in with Frank from Give It To Me Straight because I feel like this one's a little bit too peachy for that. We're gonna start with Sandalwood right here, which is a gorgeous kind of like taupey shade, and I'm gonna take this on a fluffy brush from BH Cosmetics. This is the number 5 brush in their Pro Studio line, and I'm gonna start just sweeping this through the crease. This is a really pretty neutral brown shade. I feel like it's coming off warmer on me than it looks in the pan. I'm just gonna use this as a transition shade to kind of start things off. I actually don't think I'm gonna wing my shadow out today. I kind of want to do a winged liner, but I think I'm going to keep the shadow in more of a rounded shape. So now I want something that's going to kind of deepen up the outer corner and the outer crease a little bit, but I'm not really finding that in my Colourpop palettes. I'd like to stick to Colourpop for this video just to kind of keep it on theme. So I think I'm going to take a little bit of Nostalgia. This is a little more purple than I was thinking I was gonna go, but we'll make it work. And I'm gonna start patting this on the outer corner. Oh, this is way more pink than I wanted. Oops. Okay, we're just gonna use a teeny little bit of that and then do the same thing to the other eye so they're even, but that's really not the look that I was going for. And then I'm just gonna take the brush we took that initial shade on and kind of blend those out a bit, even though I kind of like to take them back and make them disappear. And then we're gonna take a little bit of this shade Divina. We'll try that one. Or should we take Moody? Because we're gonna put the green on the lid. Let's do Moody. Let's try Moody. I know Moody can be a little bit patchy sometimes, which makes me a little nervous to use it in this manner, but we're gonna try it. I'm just patting this on my outer corner. I'm gonna work it into my outer crease just a little bit. I really want this shade to be something that really anchors the look, and I'm gonna cover it up on the lid at least with the shade Flex. I just feel like that shade doesn't quite provide enough depth for me. I took this in a little bit farther than I was originally planning, but it's okay, we're gonna cover it up anyways. I'm gonna dip back into Sandalwood, and I'm just going to run this along the edges to blend them out a little bit. I'm okay with this part not looking super green. Like I said, I just really wanted some depth in my outer corner and in the crease a little bit. So now we're going to go in with a little bit of my NYX glitter glue, and per usual I'm going to apply a little to the back of my hand, take one of my little flat packing brushes. This one is from BH Cosmetics. It's the number 10 from the Marble Luxe set, I believe. And I'm going to start placing this on the inner half of my lid to kind of prep for that gorgeous green shadow that we're going to use in a minute. I just feel like this is kind of a must for me because I have slightly hooded eyes, I have transfer issues, yada yada. I say this in every single tutorial type video that I do. And then we're gonna dip into Good Sport. And we're gonna dip into EBB right there. Same brush, load a little bit on the brush. Oh, I love this shade, you guys. It is so beautiful. And I'm gonna apply this right over top of that glitter glue. I'm gonna take it up, kind of not into my crease, kind of a little bit, just because we don't really have like a deeper matte shadow in there, and that's normally what I would do, so I feel like it looks a bit blank. That shadow is so pigmented, you guys. You definitely do not need the glitter glue to make it super impactful. I just think it's beautiful. And now I want to take the shade Flex right here, and I honestly just think I'm gonna go in with my finger. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh my goodness. Okay, and we're just going to tap that on where the green ends and the matte green starts. I'm just gonna kind of mesh those two together with my fingertip. I'm not sure if I'm 100% loving this right now. I don't know. I love the sparkle that that shade is giving. The sparkle is absolutely stunning. I'm not sure if I'm loving how it's meshing with the outer corner. I think we need to bring some of that outer corner depth back, so I'm going to dip back into the shade Moody with the same brush that we used before. Just load a bit more up on there and just really focus this on the outer corner. Maybe slightly into the outer crease. I don't know. We're going to take a tiny bit more of Flex over that again to help mesh it in. Oh, I don't know, you guys. This may be my first palette bingo fail, which I really hope it's not that big of a fail because I really have 2 more videos to film today. Alright, you guys, I think I'm going to declare the upper portion of my eyeshadow done. I'm going to go off camera, apply some liner, apply the rest of my face, and then we'll come back for the rest of the eyes. I'm back with the rest of my face on and almost knocking over my palettes and my bronzer and my highlighter. Holy moly, I'm such like a klutz when I film. I like throw things everywhere. Usually I cut it out of videos, but sometimes I leave it in. I'm just a hot mess. But as I was completing the rest of my face, I think it's growing on me a little bit. It's definitely not my favorite eye look that I've ever done, but it's not that bad. So now we need to move on with the lower lash line, and I believe we have 3 shades left to use. I know we have to use Candid and Frank. Oh, Kaleidoscope from Dream Street. So we have to use Kaleidoscope, Frank, and whatever the other one I just said. So first we're going to start out by dipping into Give It To Me Straight, and I'm gonna go in with this brush from Luxie Beauty, I'm sorry. And it's the 121 mini tapered brush. You know, I think this is just called Luxie, not Luxie Beauty. I'm thinking of Luxie Beauty. They're releasing 2 fall singles collections, and I'm so excited. Okay, this is doing nothing on the lower lash line. So let's go in with a little bit of Downright right here. It's kind of a pinky brown shade. I'm hoping it doesn't come off too warm. And we're just gonna start laying this down. I'm just kind of hoping this is what Frank would give us, but it didn't. All right, now I know myself, and I know that I'm gonna want something a little bit deeper in the outer corner, especially because we have the liner. I'm gonna take a flat definer brush, and we're gonna dip into the shade Actually right here, which is a nice deep dark brown shade. And on this brush, I'm just gonna kind of wiggle it against my lower lash line, connect it to the wing a little bit. We're just gonna focus this mainly on the outer corner, and then we're just gonna take the brush we applied the shade Downright with, and just gonna buff that out a little bit. See, doesn't that just look so much more complete? I feel like just connecting those two makes a really big difference. Alright, now we need to get into that beautiful bronzy shade called Candid. I need like a smudgy brush for this. So we're gonna take this little smudgy brush. This one's from the Vintage Cosmetic Company. It's called Step 3 Go Girl Go. And we're gonna dip into the shade Candid right here. And I'm gonna start to buff this all along my lower lash line. And then using the same brush, I'm gonna go back into Good Sport, and we're gonna dip into EBB, but we're only going to apply this on the inner half. Kind of layer those two up together. Oh, that's pretty. Ooh, I wonder what Kaleidoscope will look like on top. That's such a fun shade to layer because I feel like it really brings out different tones and different shadows. Finally, we're going to take the shade Kaleidoscope right here. Same brush, half because I'm lazy, half because it's kind of just what I always do for my lower lash line. We're going to put this on this innermost corner right here. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, that came out way better than I thought it would. Oh, okay. Alright, okay. I'm okay with that. I can get down with that. And then I feel like I didn't really get any good inner corner brow bone highlight shades. Well, I just want something glowy. I guess I could do something matte. So I'm going to dip into my Ofra Nikki Tutorials Highlighting Trio, and I'm going to go in with this shade right here and highlight my brow bone with the Morphe brush that I always use. Never realized how badly I need to pluck my eyebrows until I film, and then I like really look at them. I'm like, ugh. Maybe I should have done that before I started filming. And then I'm just going to use an itty bitty brush from the brand Scone is what it's called. It's just this itty bitty teeny tiny guy, and I'm going to pop that in the inner corner. Alright you guys, I'm going to hop off camera. I'm not going to apply falsies for the reveal for this video, although I may pop some on before I film other videos, just because, again, this isn't my favorite look. It came out better than I thought it would, but definitely not one of my favorites. Alright you guys, so here we are, everything done. Final thoughts on this look. The process was so much fun. I loved kind of going through all of my Colourpop palettes. I would love to do this again with my Colourpop palettes, with my Juvia's Place palettes, with maybe my ABH palettes. I'm trying to think of brands where I have multiple palettes from them. If you guys do like this style of video, make sure to let me know down below in the comments and let me know what brand you guys would like to see next. I don't have a ton of repetition in my collection like that, but there are a couple brands that I do really love. I have lots of BH, Morphe. I think that's kind of it. I have 2 Lorac palettes, but 2 is not that many. It's not as much fun. It's not as like high stakes as this one was, but I thought it was a really fun process. It was kind of a way for me to get outside my comfort zone because I wouldn't have paired these colors together. I think once it all comes together, it's actually not that bad. Is it a look that I'm gonna recreate? Is it a look that I'm gonna like look at in a couple of weeks, the pictures that I'm gonna take of it and be like, oh, I love that look, I want to recreate it? No. But it's not too bad. I think I am going to skip the falsies today. I kind of like how it looks with just mascara and the liner. But yeah, I think I'm going to stop blathering on. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I had so much fun filming this, and I have so much fun when you guys come hang out with me. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button down below. It helps me out so much, and I would love it if you guys would kind of join this little makeup crazy community that we're creating. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!